What's going on, guys? Raff from MCSA again. We're back in Jake's workshop for another episode of Jake's Chop Shop. Obviously you guys liked the other video we did, so we're going to actually try and do some more work today. Hopefully with things not going wrong, like getting sent the wrong springs. But here we are.
Whoa, I didn't see you there. I didn't see you there. We're back here again. Thanks again to Raff for coming down again, filming some stuff. We got some big news today, got a few bits and pieces in. Let's check it out and let's get into it. So, spring struts all assembled. We're gonna chuck them in the car today. I've got the front brakes all detailed up, all cleaned up, ready to go together. So hopefully we'll get them on the car tonight as well. Subframes together, low control arms in, all that stuff sorted. And I got a delivery, special thanks to Paul from Outlaws. He's just finished building me my new center. Let's have a look. So here it is. It looks the part, looks super stout. I'm pretty sure it's got all the good bits in it. It's got the True Track, 411s, some nice bits and pieces. I don't really know what I'm looking at, but it's gonna do the job.
Phil got his schnitzel today. He's a happy boy. And
Nicola's got some fuel.
Nicola's got, no, he doesn't have fuel. But if you hear that noise in the background, sorry about that. We've got the Marks here from the Iron Empires. He's doing a bit of a spray job in the booth. So, oh, Jake's getting up.
What I'm doing at the moment with the car, some of you understand, some of you won't, but because a fair bit of stuff on this car is going to be custom, we're going to make our own lines, plumb everything up, and it's an engine swap. I'm basically going to be building the car, fully assembling it before paint. We're going to plumb everything up, make sure everything fits, you know, see how it all goes, because no doubt we'll have some problems where we have to drill some holes or weld some holes up and all that sort of stuff. So that's what we're doing at the moment. So we're basically going to start assembling the front end as if it was final assembly, and we're going to see how everything goes, and we're pretty much going to get the car to a point where it could almost turnkey and drive, but then we'll take it apart and paint it. So yeah, it's just a joy of when you build sort of different cars and you're trying to do engine swaps and all that sort of stuff. You got to almost build the car maybe 2 or 3 times during the process. But here we go, we'll see how far we get tonight.
Hey man. Hello. What's that? That is our new sticker that I was hoping to put on a car so we can take photos and chuck it on our website. Because they look sick! Buy. Also, jumpers, just because why not? It's not cold anymore. Buy a shirt. Phil, can I buy some shit?
Eat, bro, eat.
No. Raff, would you trust me with a blade on your window?
I wouldn't trust you with a blade in general.
If you want to have killer windows, you blade them inside and out, and that gives it's a better clean than with a
All the rest. You want me to do that for the whole window?
No, just the area that you're doing sticker.
Ah, makes so much sense.
Alright. I'll leave the blade on the quarter panel. Alright? Where are we going to put it?
Top or bottom? The middle. Not on the rear window at all. Just not worrying about it.
Bottom.
Bottom?
Bottom.
Bottom.
You're the boss. Alright, so I mentioned earlier, I think maybe in the last episode, about doing bulkheads in the engine bay to hide the engine bay lines. So we'll have a look at that now, quickly, before we put an engine in or we go any further, while we still got room in the bay that I can move around. Now, these are the bulkheads. Now usually you get them in 3 different parts and you assemble them, but I've just put them together already. This is what it looks like. This is your bulkhead, and these are your fittings here. They go on your brake line. You obviously got to flare your own brake line and all that sort of stuff to do that, and we'll show you how in a minute. These ones are going to go through here, and I've already marked where I'm going to put the holes. And yeah, we're going to make up some brake line in a minute out of stainless line I got from Aeroflow, and flare them, put the fittings on, and this is how you sort of hide the lines in the bay. Also, quick tip, pro tip real quick. If anybody at home watching this is doing a Wheelwood boosted delete master or just any sort of Wheelwood gear on your car, and it's a relatively new Commodore or anything like that, you got to remember the threads. So these things here, these threads, when you're going to make your own brake line, are Imperial. Wheelwood stuff's Imperial. And all the Commodore, so I'm going to do VT brakes on this car, so the Commodore brake fittings and the brake lines are metric. So you've got to make sure on one side of your brake line you run the Imperial fitting, and the other side you run the metric, but we'll get into that in a minute. This goes on first. This one goes on first,
Yeah.
and then you put this fitting on.
Oh, okay.
Anthony's getting his hands dirty.
Which way? Sorry.
Be a nice thread.
It's pretty nice, yeah. It does feel good.
That feels good. Do a little bit tighter.
Yep.
Anthony helped. Bulkheads are in, and now
I've done more on this car than my own car.
yeah. So bulkheads in. Now Jake's gonna show us how to make some lines.
Yep. Now, all this equipment, right? Some of you guys are going to be like, oh, you know, you got all this equipment, thousands of dollars of equipment to do all this stuff. Well, you don't, because I reckon all these brake line tools that I'm about to use, honestly, you get away with buying it all for about 300 bucks. With $300 invested, you can probably plumb your whole car up. You know what I mean? And then if you buy these tools, I'd suggest for any young guy to just save up and buy tools like all your brake line tools. They're not exciting like a set of sockets, but eventually over time they'll pay themselves off, because you can do little jobs like this yourself. Because if I was to send this away to get the brakes done, you know, I'm up for a couple grand, no worries. When I don't really, you know, even though it seems like I have a lot of money, I don't. The reason I have things is because I just learned to do it all myself. So this is just a template, by the way, out of like I think it's an anodized aluminium brake line. We're going to use stainless, but this is easier to maneuver. So I like to make a template out of this, and then I'll move over to the stainless line and we'll bend it out of that. I've just done the template line. So here we are, we just go straight down into the bulkhead, and we're going to do another two, but we'll just copy the first one another 2 times. And yeah, how simple is that in an engine bay? You don't have the lines going all the way around the back, you just got them going straight to the skirt, and that's it. See, this line's a lot more shiny, and it's polishable, so you can polish it up like chrome. You want me to get you on camera doing one?
No, you're right, man.
Yeah? I reckon you could do it. How do I use the camera? All you have to do is pick a spot that's comfortable for you, bend it. I want you to replicate that bend. That's it. Give me the camera. I'll record you doing it. Big Raff, here he is. I've got him on the tools.
From where, man?
Anywhere. So you just make sure you have enough either side. Is it the same as the other one?
Is that too much of a bend? Needs tighter.
See if you can tighten that up, Raff. I know you know how to make it tight.
I don't know, man. That's all right. Now, what you want to do? Not terrible.
Well, we can change it a little bit in the vise. We can put it in the vise. Now, put this cutting device, open it up, make it a little bit longer.
In that groove.
Get in the groove. Make it tight. And then when it gets looser, tighten it up again.
This is slave labour, man.
I don't know how to do the zooming. Yeah, do it up. There we are. Big Raff, big first brake line.
Hey.
There you go. But I'm serious. All I do to change this is literally like I bend it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I move that up. And I move that up. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it's bent. So you can manipulate it. And then I just play with it. Perfect.
It's the same.
But see how easy it is? But everybody makes it out to be a big deal.
So you can do this at home?
Can.
So Jake's taught me how to do some brake lines, and Anthony in this time has still not put the sticker on the back window. What do you help for?
It's a two-person job. You
There's two people sitting there doing fuck all.
What are you fucking doing? Are you just standing there?
I don't know. No, that's not scented. It's not scented at all, man.
It's to him, isn't it?
To the left,
To the left, to the left,
to the right.
to the right.
I've got no idea what I'm doing.
I'm over it.
I reckon I've done
Step
well.
back, can't do anything about it. You have not done well.
What do you mean?
You have not done well.
I'm
So far to the right. Are you kidding me, cunt? Hand, move. That's so far to the right.
Nah, it's not.
Line up the Commodore
Nah, wait.
and then line up the sticker. You had one job. We're trying to get photos with an iPhone because apparently Raff's $8,000 camera can't take good photos.
Don't eat. And remember to tell Nicola in the comments, don't run out of fuel. Don't film just yet, I fucked up.
Why are you smiling so much?
He's so happy.
Because Nicola is gonna hook me up.
With his god sister?
Ah yeah, that's my wife. If she's watching this, I love you, darling. Alright, so what we're doing here, guys, is we're doing a double flare on the end of our little brake lines that we've made up. That's gonna hold the fittings on, and that's the final part to making a brake line.
Am I wrong though? Think about it. You get home and ask me what
Well, I don't know. You tell me, Philip. You ever touched a woman?
Hey! How are ya? Tired?
Oh, they're back. I'm so happy.
We're back.
Where's the Ranger?
On holidays.
Mr. Sam. I'll fucking kill you. Mr. Sam.
Okay.
You've lost all helping privileges for a week.
Okay.
Come straight at walk.
Pretty excited. Thanks to Jason from Tough Mounts for supplying all the mounts, the transmission cross member, everything. The starter motor relocation. Guys, don't muck around if you're going to do this. Just go straight out, buy the Tough Mount stuff, save yourself some time. Even if you can make it at home, their stuff fits. Sam, you're on the band, remember?
Yeah, so I just said that, so I'm going to help you, but you banned yourself for a week.
Alright guys, so that's it for tonight. Raff's gotta go because he's got commitments and all this stuff. We don't actually know what he's up to behind camera, but he leads us to believe that he's doing editing. Anyway, in the meantime, we got the engine in tonight, got the subframe in, got the front struts in, started working on the brake lines, we went over the bulkhead. Now it's time to start putting on some of the accessories, plumbing up some stuff, doing some more brake lines to the rotors, putting the calipers on, etc, etc. We'll be back soon, maybe next week. Take it easy.